Dear students, I hope you are all well and studying in your home. In few weeks ago, we were discussed about different types of plants, their different parts, and categorize the plants into different categories. Today, we will do an activity, and after that, you will understand what we are going to learn. We would require a glass, water, red or blue ink, and a soft stem. Pour water to fill one third of the glass. Add a few drops of red or blue ink to the water. Cut the base of the stem and put it in the glass as shown in figure 7.6, like that. Okay, this is an easy activity you can also do in your home. After that, observe the setup. Does the color appear in the stem? You will find that the color rises in the stem. If this is kept for a longer period, the color appears in the veins of leaves also. How do you think the color reached there? Okay, from this activity, we see that the stem helps in upward movements of water. So, what we can conclude after this activity, that the stem helps in movement, upward movement of water. The water and minerals go to leaves and other plant parts attached to the stem. So you can see in figure 7.7, water moves up the stem and reaches the leaves. Okay, whichever color you put in the water, and enlarged view of open end of stem, and you open end, when you see through microscope, you will see this type of structure. Now we read about the leaf. Observe the leaves of some plants around you and draw them in your notebook. Are all the leaves of same size, shape and color? How are leaves attached to the stem? The part of leaf by which it is attached to the stem is called petiole. Okay, it is a part by which it attaches to the stem. Leaf attached to the stem is called petiole. The broad green part of the leaf is called lamina. Okay, figure 7.8 we will see after that. Can you identify these parts of the leaf in plants around you? Do you all the leaves have petioles? So you can see in figure also, this is structure of a leaf in which this is the petiole, okay, by which it attached to the stem, and this part is called lamina. Okay, let us get to know the leaf better by taking its impression. If you thought that leaves cannot sign, here is an activity which will make you think again. Okay, put a leaf under a white sheet of paper or a sheet in your notebook. Hold it in place as shown in figure 7.9. Okay, this type you have to taking impression of a leaf. Hold your pencil tip sideways and rub it on the portion of the paper having the leaf below it. Okay, you sometimes make impression of coins also in your home. Okay, so this is same activity like that. Okay, did you get an impression with some lines in it? Are they similar to those on the leaves? These lines on the leaves are called veins. Okay, do you see a prominent line in the middle of the leaf? It's called midrib. Okay, this, suppose this is a leaf you normally see. So these are the veins. This type of structure is appear in the leaf. These are the veins. Okay, and this middle one is known as midrib. Okay, this is known as midrib. This single line. The design made by veins is in a leaf is called leaf venation. Okay, If the design is net-like on both sides of midrib, the venation is reticulate. A 7.10 figure. Okay, I'll be tell you in detail after reading this paragraph. In the leaves of grass, you might have been seen that the veins are parallel to one another. This is parallel venation. Observe the venation in many leaves as you can without removing them from the plant. Draw the pattern and write names of some plants having reticulate and parallel venation. So these two types of venation normally found in plants. First is reticulate. So this in which a single main vein is found and it divided by veins like that. So this is called reticulate venation. And in parallel venation you can see here only a single leaf. Veins are not found there or found in like that. Okay, if you see sugarcane, okay, maize around you. Shall we now find out some of the function of a leaf? Okay, now we discuss about the function of a leaf after this activity. We will require a herb, two transparent polythene bags and thread. Do this activity during the daytime on a sunny day. Use a healthy, well-watered plant that has been growing in the sun. Enclose the leafy branch of the plant in a polythene cover and tie up its mouth as shown in figure 7.11. Tie up the mouth of the another empty polythene cover and keep it also in the sun. After a few hours, observe the inner surface of the covers. What do you see? Are there any droplets of water? How do you think they got there? Don't forget to remove the polythene bag after the activity. Okay, so first we see the activity structure what we have to make. Okay, if you do in your home, this is a transparent polythene bag. Okay, you have to cover the leaves by that. Okay, so water comes out of leaves in the form of vapor by a process called transpiration. Okay, in plants, when water comes out of leaves is called transpiration. Plants release a lot of water into the air through this process. We will learn more about this in chapter 14. Okay, why did we tie a cover around the leaves? Would we have seen the water evaporate if we had not tied a polythene cover? Okay, because after covering this leaf by this polythene cover, we can see actually the water droplets. Otherwise, we cannot see. What makes the water appear on the polythene bag? In chapter 5, we notice water changing into different forms in some of our activities. Can you think of these and name the process? What makes water drops appear on the polythene cover? Okay, so this is a question for you. Leaves also have another function. Let us study this. Okay, we will do an activity also. Okay, so in chapter 5, we will already read about a process. Okay, evaporation we will read about it is say about this by this question. So we move to the next activity. We would require a leaf, spirit, a beaker, test tube, burner, water, a watch glass, and iodine solution for this activity. Take a leaf in a test tube and pour spirit to completely immerse the leaf. Okay, like this. We need a green leaf. Okay, and iodine solution we also need. So, what does the leaf contain? To know, you have to do this activity. Since the activity involves the use of spirit and heating, it is advised that is demonstrated by the teacher in the class. Okay, so and it's not possible in your home also to do this activity. So you just understand now. Now place the test tube in a beaker half filled with water. Heat the beaker till all the green color from the leaf comes out into the spirit in the test tube. Take out the leaf carefully and wash it in water. Place it on a watch glass and pour some iodine solution over it. Okay, as we seen in figure already. Okay, this one. What do you observe? Compare your observations with those done in chapter 2 when you tested food for presence of different nutrients. Okay, this is same like iodine test. Does this mean that leaf has starch in it? Yes. In chapter 2 we show that a slice of raw potato also shows the presence of starch. Potatoes get this starch from their leaves and store it. Leaves prepare their food in the presence of sunlight and a green colored substance present in them. For this, they also use water and carbon dioxide. This process is called photosynthesis. The oxygen is given out in this process. Okay, the food prepared by leaves ultimately gets stored in different parts of plant. We have seen that the stem supplies leaf with water. The leaf uses the water to make food. The leaves also lose water through transpiration. How do the stem and leaves get water? That is where the root come in. Okay, so this chapter is going to be one by one linked with one part is linked with another parts. As our all body parts are connected, plants parts also connected with each other. So every process is related to another part. So now we will read about the root. Look at figure 7.13. Who do you think is watering their plant correctly, Paheli or Pujo? Why? Okay, 7.13 you have to see in this. They both watering the plants, and who will be do it correctly. Okay, so you can easily see that Paheli is doing right because it gives water to the roots, it gives into directly to the leaves, it not be get by the plant. Which part of the plant is in the soil? Let us learn more about this part from the following activities. You would require two pots, some soil, khurpi for digging, blade, or a pair of scissors, and water. This activity is to be done in groups of 4 or 5 students. Select two plants of the same kind from an open ground and dig them out with roots. Take care that the roots do not break. Plant one of them in pot A 7.14a. Cut off the roots from the B. Okay, you have to see in this figure root are present in pot A and here will be cutted. Okay, without leaves. Other plants and plant it in B. Water them regularly. Observe the plants after a week. Are both plants healthy? Both the plants are watered regularly, but one is without roots, isn't it? Okay. Does this activity help you understand an important function of the root? So you can understand now if you do this activity, and you can easily understand because you read many times that root supplies water to the plant. So here is no water supplies to this plant and it will be ultimately die after some time. So we do another activity to understand the function of root. We would require seeds of gram and maize, cotton wool, a katori or bowl, and some water. Take two bowl, place some wet cotton in them. Put 3 or 4 seeds of gram in one and maize in the other. Keep the cotton wet by sprinkling water every day until the sprouts have grown into young plants. After a week, try to separate the young plants from the cotton. Okay, like this, you have to do activity. Was it easy to separate the cotton from its roots? It's not easy now. Okay, if you see this figure, young plants grown on cotton, if you try to remove it, it is not so easy. In activity 6, we could not pull out the plants from the soil, right? We dug them out. This is because root help in holding the plant firmly to the soil. They anchor the plant to the soil. You have seen that there are different kinds of stem and leaves. Do the roots also show a variety? Let us find out. Now we find out the variety of roots. Study figure 7.16 and be carefully. Now look at the roots of the gram plants you have pulled out from the cotton in the previous activity. Do they look like the roots shown in figure 7.16a or those in figure B? Okay, how about the root of maize plants? So you can see first of root, okay, this root, and this is the root of, you have to identify which type of root are there. Write gram or maize in the blank spaces in the figure after matching the roots with the figures. Okay, for this you have to put sometime maize, and you can easily now this time structure you can see. Okay, and you can try to write there. You can write right answer. In what way are the roots of gram and maize similar? In what way are they different? There are seem to be two different type of root, isn't it? Are there also other type of root? Let us find out. So you can see this is the root of maize plant. This is the root of gram plant. So you can clearly see a difference between them. So you have to do an activity 9, and you have to read from yourself. Okay, if you go to an open ground, you have to dig out some roots. Okay, and you can see some this type of figure. Okay, so two types of root you will be see. First one is taproot, second one is fibrous root. So taproot is mainly a one main root, and other roots are arise from it, but you can see in fibrous root there is no main root. Okay, if you go to in detail, the main root is called taproot, is smaller roots are called lateral roots. Plants with roots as shown in figure 7.17 do not have a main root. All roots seem similar to these called fibrous root. So you can now understand that what are the taproot and what are the fibrous root. Okay, you have to separate the plants on the basis of their leaves and roots. On the table 7.2, first you have to write the name of plant which you collect and type the leaf venation, which type of venation is found in that plant, reticulate or parallel. Then you have to write type of fruit. Okay, mainly in reticulate plant you can see the tap root and uh, advantageous root or fibrous root you will be seen in the plant which have parallel venation. Okay, this is a hint for you, and you can, I know that you can easily do it now. So in next class we will read about the flower. Okay, till here you try to read about it and understand about it yourself. Okay, if you have still any confusion you can ask. Thank you.